This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That was just a little compilation, a sampler if you will, of the kind of guitar tones that I use on a regular basis, and I've got to say I'm very, very happy with them. There's nothing quite so frustrating as having a tone, a guitar sound in your head that you want to achieve and you can't quite get it dialed in, it's just not there. And there's nothing quite so inspiring as, when that does happen, when you kind of pick up your guitar, plug in, start playing, and you go, oh yes, oh that's a bit good, isn't it? Yes, I like that. And that's sort of where I'm at the moment, really. Now, you may love the guitar tone I get, you might not. You might think that it doesn't sound very good at all. Well, that's up to you. We're all individuals and we all have our individual tastes. But it seems that there are people out there who do like the tone that I get. One of them is called Sam, and he sent me this email the other day.
Hello, John. Thanks for all the great content you put out. I'm a massive admirer of the guitar tones you get, and I wonder if you could offer some advice. I know you use that blue guitar amp pedal, and I would love to get close to those tones. Sadly, though, I can't run to that sort of budget. Is there any chance you could recommend some more budget-friendly gear to approximate the sound of your rig? Thanks, Sam.
So, getting a tone that's something like the one that I use on a budget, it got me thinking, actually, because, what if I, had to get rid of gear? Self-employed musician, that's me. You have good years and you have bad years, and in the bad years you have to economise and sell stuff off and make economies basically. So if I had to recreate my tone on a budget, what would I do? Well, I think this is a pretty good place to start.
Let's go shopping!
Okay, so let's take a look at every element in the signal chain which collectively add up to the guitar tone that comes out of my speakers. And I suppose the place to start is with a guitar. Hard to get a guitar tone without one of those, isn't it? My taste in guitars these days is sort of pretty much equidistant between Les Pauls and Telecasters, hence why this guitar is pretty much my number one go-to instrument at the moment, a Jet JT350. And as I've documented in a few videos, it's had quite a lot of work done to its stainless steel frets for a start off, new bridge pickup, hot rail style bridge pickup, and upgraded pots and wiring and stuff. So, I know I'm never going to get the money back that I've put into this guitar, but I don't care because I absolutely love it. So given the fact that you can't just go out and buy one of these in its current condition, let's see what alternatives we can think of. And well, this one was the one that sprung to mind really, the Harley Benton Fusion T. Had one of these. Oh, and it was a fantastic guitar. Mine was a different colour and it had roasted maple board. I think this one's ebony. But some people don't like the Roswell pickups in this guitar, but I found them very, very pleasing indeed. They do a good single coil tone when you pull up on the tone control, do that push-pull thing, and it all cleans up nicely from the volume control. Great guitar, stainless steel frets as well, £219 indeed. What's not to love there? Now, in terms of getting the core amp tone, one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of all of these multi-effects modelers and profilers and stuff is because I know that however much or however little I've paid for one of those, I'm going to use about 5% of what it's capable of. So it just seems a waste. Essentially, all I ever do is think, right, okay, how do I make this thing sound like a Marshall? Dial it in like that, tape it all down, forget it. Which is essentially what I do with the Blue Guitar Amp 1. You know, that's got a good range of Marshall tones on it. So what can we get that will get us that Marshall tone at you know, a wallet friendly price? Well, one of these would be my recommendation, the TC Electronic Ampworks Jims 45 preamp pedal. There is a more expensive equivalent of this, the Universal Audio Lion pedal, but it's another 200 quid, and frankly I just don't see what you're getting for that other £200. This little unit here, I had a little bit of a play around with one a couple of weeks back, and I'm going to try and borrow it again to do a review on. 99 quid, and you know, it properly nails that Marshall tone, not just the sound that comes out the speakers, but the feel of it as well, that lovely touch sensitive feel that you get when you plug into a big old steaming box of Marshall valves. It's got a foot switchable boost in it and twin channels, so I don't think you're going to need any kind of gain pedal to go into the front end of it. It's a solution, you know, kind of all in one box really, and for 99 quid, I don't think you can really complain at that. So we've got the guitar going into the pedal, which is giving us our core amp tone. How do we get that connected to the computer? Well, that's easy. One of these, the Behringer Euphoria UM2 interface. Cheap and cheerful. I've got one of these and its bigger brother, the UMC22, because I run two PCs in here, but this is the interface that's actually running on the PC I'm making this video on, and you just plug it in, install the drivers, it works. So you can get your guitar tone created by the Jims 45 pedal going into your computer, and then run it in whatever DAW you've got there, and there's 90% of the tone that I get. I suppose the next thing is, yeah, but you don't use a dry guitar tone. There's always a little bit of delay and reverb and maybe occasionally a bit of chorus going on. So what we're going to do about that, individual pedals, some kind of multi-effects perhaps. I did think about maybe getting the a kind of decent quality but kind of cost-conscious multi-effects unit, something like the Sonic 8 Matribox 2, which has an effects loop in it. So what you can do with that is you can just use the multi-effects for like reverbs and delays and modulation and that sort of thing, and run the Jims 45 pedal in the effects loop of that multi-effects there, and just turn the amp and cab simulators off on the Sonic 8. That would be a way of doing it, but the Sonic 8 Matribox is about 200 quid, so you know, it just seems a lot of money to spend on something. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to be spending all that money and you're going to be using a very small percentage of what the unit is capable of. That is, I suppose, equally true of the solution that I ended up going with, which is to install Guitar Rig. You can see it's on sale here. I can't remember a time when I looked at the Guitar Rig website and it wasn't on sale. £89.50. Now, I don't use the amp models or kind of impulse responses, speaker simulations, whatever you want to call them, in Guitar Rig. I just use the I use the compressors, or all my kind of jam tracks and everything that I do when I'm putting compression on, say, the drums. I'll use, I think it's Solid Bus Comp, one of the compressors in Guitar Rig, and there's a preset there for a drum bus, and it just works brilliantly, just kind of fattens up the drum sound and smooths it all out. I do use the amp model for bass. I use, can't remember which amp model I use, but I do use it to get a bass tone, but I don't use it for guitar tones. But in terms of the reverbs and the delays and modulation effects, it's great, and it has the advantage that it comes out of my studio monitors here in a big stereo guitar sound. I'm just kind of, I sit here and sometimes just grin at the big stereo stadium guitar sound I get coming out of my monitors on the desk. So how much does all of that come to? Well, the Harley Benton Fusion T was £219, the Jim's 45 pedal £99, the Behringer interface £42, and Guitar Rig, if you get it on sale, which it always seems to permanently be on sale, as I say, that's £89.50, making a grand total of £449.50. So there you go, Sam. I hope you found that useful, and that goes for anyone else who enjoys the guitar sounds that I get on this channel. Under 500 quid for including the guitar, to get some what I think are really credible guitar tones. As I say, keep your eyes peeled. I'm probably going to do a side-by-side comparison between the Blue Guitar Amp 1, let's have a look at it, there it is, and the Jim's 45 pedal. Which button is that on? It's on that one there we go. So that'll be an interesting shootout to do, so I'm going to try and make that happen. But that's pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Why not drop me a like as well while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream tomorrow and every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars and many other things. It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.